After this. So we continue with bank reconciliation statement. So now we want to talk about bank reconciliation when there is a bank overdraft. So when there's a bank overdraft, what's an overdraft? A bank overdraft means you have withdrawn more than your available credit balance as a customer. That's what an overdraft is. So how do we reconcile this? How will the bank reconcile a bank overdraft? With a bank overdraft, your bank statement is going to have a debit balance. With bank overdraft, your bank statement is going to contain what? It's going to have a debit balance. That's the first thing. Now let's go. The other side. Okay. They said work to show how to update. Okay, let's just go to the questions immediately. They said on 31 July 28, the bank account in Fatima's cash book showed an overdrawn balance of $1,121. On the same date, a bank statement showed a debit balance of $1,091. So when comparing the cash book and the bank statement, it was found that the following items appeared only in the cash book. A check paid to PJ Motors for $163. Cash sales amounting to $1,010 paid into the bank on 31st of July. So these two items are missing. $1,110 and $163. So the following items appeared only on the bank statement. So a check paid to PJ Motors and the cash sales amounting to $1,110 paid into the bank, they are not yet recorded into the bank statement. They said they are missing in the bank statement. It's recorded in the cash book, bank statement, but it's not recorded, it's not part of the bank statement. So there are reasons for that. One, a check paid to PJ Motors, that means we are talking about an unpresented check.
Yes.
So an unpresented check would not reflect in your bank statement as at that time because the check is not yet presented to the bank. So PJ Motors has not presented the check to Fatima's account, Fatima's bank.
Yes.
And the second reason for that amount, cash sales amounting to this, might be because the amount is not yet credited by the bank. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the reasons why there are differences between the bank statement now and the cash book. Now let's go to the bank statement now and the cash book again. So the following items appeared on the bank statement but not in the cash book. You know, for 163 and 1010, yes, they are both recorded in the cash book, but are not recorded in the bank statement, are not part of the bank statement.
Yes.
Now the second one is talking about details, items in the bank statement that are not in the cash book bank column.
Yes.
The first one, rent received paid directly into the bank, that's the direct transfer.
Mm.
Is recorded in the bank statement, but it's not reflecting in the cash book. It's supposed to be a credit it's supposed to be a credit entry in the bank statement and a debit entry in the cash book. So it's not there. The second one, bank charges. Bank charges is supposed to be on the debit side
of the cash book.
On the debit side of your bank statements.
The credit side of the cash
and the credit side of the cash book. It's not there.
Sure.
And the third one, cash sales amount, okay. On the third one, a credit balance on 1 July was shown as 2,100 instead of 1,200. The bank his credit balance was supposed to be 2,100. Was shown as 2,100 instead of 1,200. This could be as a result of unpresented check or amounts not credited, yet credited. That's why you're having a high figure in your bank statement and you're having a lesser figure in your cash book. But when you're having such, it would have been based on the fact that the bank has not yet debited you on certain amounts.
Yes.
So that's why the value of your cash book bank column on the debit side is more than your the credit side of your bank statement. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Now, so how do we go about it? So first, we said we have to make an additional entries that are required in Fatima's cash book, balance the bank account, and bring down the balance. So here they say, okay, the first one, we have our cash book. They said the rent received was 190. It was not recorded because it was a direct transfer. So you have to debit your cash book for that amount. Yes or no?
Yes.
Then your cash book, the bank charges, your bank charges,
yes,
which was in your bank statement that is not in your cash book. You have to credit your cash book now. So that's the first thing. Then you have to balance that. You carry it down. I think that is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now we go to the bank statement, the bank reconciliation statement. The balance shown in the bank reconciliation statement was 1,091. Yes or no?
Yes.
Which is a debit balance because it's an overdraft. Now, amount not yet credited. I remember I told you in your when you are preparing your bank statement, bank reconciliation statement, you had amount not credited and you had unpresented check.
Yes.
You had amount not credited, you less unpresented check from your bank statement. You know,
Yes, yes.
the bank, your unpresented check, when it is presented, you deduct it from your credit balance. Do you understand what I'm saying here? But on amount not yet credited, when it's being credited, it adds up to your credit balance.
Yes.
So that's why when you are preparing your bank reconciliation statement, now we have a balance, which is an overdraft. That's why it's negative here. So an overdraft that we have, you had the amount not yet credited, then you less unpresented check. That is clear, right? Then you less the bank errors, which is amounted to 900. So that's all about that. Is it clear? There's an error for 2,100 minus 1,200. Your bank statement is recording 2,001. Your bank statement is recording 2,100, whereas in your cash book it is 1,200. Normally it's supposed to be 1,200 because you have taken away all the amounts that you're supposed to take.
Yes.
But the bank is giving you 2,100 credit balance.
So it's 900.
So 2,100 minus 1,200, that's the bank error, which is 900. So you had it with the overdrawn. So your balance now will be 1,144.
What did you say less? And they added it.
Yes, you less it. It's an error. You would have less it. 2,100 minus 1,200 is 900.
Yes, I get it now.
You get it? You less it from the balance. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
So when you had it now because you are owing the bank. You have an overdraft. You have your bank statement is negative already. So any amount that goes into your bank account will have to be added, but will still be giving a negative sign until you paid off your overdraft.
So the balance is negative.
Yeah, it's an overdraft.
Yes.
So the negative figure is showing that it's still an overdraft. I think it's clear.
Yes.
So we go down. So what are the advantages of bank reconciliation? So here they said the advantages of bank reconciling the balance on the bank statement without showing on the bank account in the cash book are: one, after updating the bank account, an accurate bank balance is available. So the first advantage of reconciling your bank statement with your cash book is that as soon as it is done, you're going to have an accurate figure in your bank balance. So everything will be clear. Then you would know what you have and what you don't have. So the first thing is that it brings about accuracy to your bank statement. That's the first point. Is it clear?
Yes.
The second point, errors in the bank account or on the bank statement can be identified. When you are reconciling, whatever error that is being there, you would be able to see it. Do you understand?
Yes.
You'll be able to identify, you'll be able to detect errors that are either through the bank statement or the cash book. That's the second point. The third point, it assists in discovering fraud and embezzlement. So you would know if your accountant is taking your money or not. Because whatever goes into the bank will come with an instrument. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you have the instrument to confirm if all those payments were really made or not. Clear?
Yes.
The fourth point, amounts not credited by the bank can be identified. So as soon as you find out that your bank statement is having less figure than your cash book, you would understand that certain amounts have not been credited into your account. Then you'll be able to identify it with the instrument you have, or invoice, or no, with the receipt or teller that you have. You want to say something?
It's like the example.
Yeah, the example, yeah, the first one, right?
Yes.
Okay. The fifth one, checks not yet presented can be identified. You know the number of checks you've written in the month. So as soon as your bank statement comes, the ones that have not been presented by your suppliers, you'll be able to note them and identify them.
Yes.
And the last point here, any stale check, these are usually those which are over 6 months old, which will not be met by the bank, can be identified and written back into the bank account. So we call them stale check because they are expired. So checks shouldn't spend more than 6 months. A day after 6 months is a stale check. So those stale checks will not be debited by the bank. The bank will not pay that value to the payees. So the bank will return it to the drawer,
Yes.
then you have to put back the amounts into your account. Because you have to cancel it because you have your record in your cash book, you have to cancel it.
That's cancelled because it's there.
It's still here.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Is there any question about it?
No.
So go to the questions. The first one, it said, which statement is correct about a bank reconciliation statement? It contains bank charges and standing order. It is part of a double entry bookkeeping record. It is prepared by the bank. It is prepared by the trader.
It's neither a C or D.
No, there's nothing like that. We need a question. We need an answer. They said,
So
which
it's
statement
A,
is
B.
correct about a bank reconciliation statement?
Contains bank charges and standing orders. So it's a part of bookkeeping.
Bank statement?
What's A? It's A.
It's not. It's not part of bookkeeping.
It's A. It's A. It contains
Double
bank-
entry. I told you when we started bank reconciliation statement that it's not part of your double entry.
No,
The
it's-
bank statement comes, excuse me, it comes from your bank. So it's not it's not part of the bookkeeping records.
So it's A. It contains bank charges.
And standing orders.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not
A.
trader or bank. Yeah. It's not prepared by trader or bank.
But the bank reconciliation statement, it is prepared by the bank.
Yeah, and the trader, but this didn't say. They said that's either this or that. They didn't say.
Well, the answer is A anyway.
It's
The
A,
answer
yeah.
is A, yeah. Question 2. A bank reconciliation statement was prepared starting with the balance at the bank shown on the bank statement. Which item would be deducted
Statement was prepared starting with the balance, the bank shown,
on the bank statement?
which item would be deducted. Check unit.
Not yet presented,
Yeah.
unpresented check. So the answer is D.
C.
Deducted.
D, yeah. D.
Not yet presented. So we go to question 3. The bank column of trader's cash book showed a debit balance.
That's the balance, yeah.
This,
Right.
this did not agree with the balance of the bank statement on the same date. The following differences were found. Check not yet presented, bank charges, rent paid by credit transfer. So what was the balance on the bank statement?
So we deduct check not yet.
952 is a debit balance. So that means it's supposed to be credited. So 952 plus your calculator, please.
Yes.
952 plus 310.
Plus 310.
Yeah.
Minus.
Minus 134 minus 11.
Is 1,117.
Wait. 952, right? That's the balance.
Yes.
The check not presented, not yet presented. Unpresented check, you had it. Did you add it?
No, I listed.
The balance is a positive balance here. It's a positive. A debit balance, positive. So
it's-
952 plus 134.
Yes, I get, yeah.
Hold on, please. Hold on.
Yeah.
Rent paid through the credit transfer is 310. What was? It's not what should be. What was? The question says a bank column of a trader's cash book showed a debit balance of 952.
It's a debit balance.
Debit balance.
Yes.
So this did not agree with the balance on the bank statement on the same date. The following differences were found. What was the balance on the bank statement? So here we have rent paid, which is 310.
So we add. So we listed.
Bank charges. Bank charges
Bank charges we add. It's like
should be deducted.
Deducted, yeah.
So bank charges should be deducted. Checks not presented should be
added.
deducted. So 134 plus 111 is what? 134 plus 111.
Yes, 145.
145, right?
Yes.
145, rent paid by credit transfer. Paid. 145, hold on, that's 145, right?
Yes.
Now 952 plus 310 is what?
2 plus. So 1,262. 1,262. 1,262.
Minus 145.
45. It will be the same, 1,170. I think, Mr. We have to add, we have to deduct rent paid and then add both.
Rent paid, sorry, rent paid by credit. Rent paid.
Yeah.
I thought it's rent received.
It's
No,
paid. So we
paid.
added. So we listed. Yeah, and then, yeah.
So 952,
Minus 3.
952 minus 134.
145. 145, not 135.
134, 111, 310. That's what you have together from.
What?
134,
Yeah.
1111,
Yes.
310.
It will be like 145. 455. 455. Yeah.
455.
Yes.
Then 455 plus 952. No. Let me have the calculator. Let me do it myself. We have the balance is 952 in the cash book minus check not yet presented. The check not yet presented
Yes.
should be added. In the cash book, you have 952 as your cash book. You have 952 as your cash book.
Yes.
And a check has been presented. A check note that is not yet presented should be added. So 952
Yes.
in your cash book now, 952 plus
134.
134.
And then we minus the charges.
That was 18086. Now, bank charges.
C.
Bank charges is what?
Bank charges is 11. So we
Minus
less,
1.
and then we add rent paid. It will be C.
Plus 310.
Yeah.
1380. No. 1385. No. 952 plus check not yet presented. It's not yet presented, but it has been recorded. It has been taken away from the guy's account.
Yes. So add.
So we have 952 plus 134. That's 1086. Then there's a bank charges, which should be a debit entry, minus 11, 1075. Minus rent paid by credit transfer.
We list it. I think we listed it, right?
Minus 310. Yeah, minus 310, yes. It's 765.
75 did because
Yeah, it will be debit.
that's B.
No, so what was the balance in the bank statement? It should be 765 credits.
Yeah, because it's the bank statement.
So the answer is A.
Yes.
I think it's clear now.
Yes.
So go to question 7. Let's say question 4.
Yes.
Safari is a trader. He maintains a 3-column cash book and compares these with his bank statement at the end of every month and prepares a bank reconciliation statement. So just 2 reasons why it is useful for Safari to reconcile his cash book with the bank statement every month. The first reason is that one, it detects errors either from the bank statement or
The cash book.
on the cash book. Number 1. Number 2, it allows Safari to know if it's been frauded or not.
Yes.
We said that already. Okay. Now B, they said explain the difference between a check not credited and a check not presented. A check not credited means that the amount has not yet been credited into the customer's account. A check not yet credited means the amount that is being payable to the owner of the account has not yet been paid. That means the amount in question has not yet been given value to the customer's account.
So you pay it,
check not credited. Then we have check not presented. A non-presented check is a check that has not been yet presented by the supplier.
But
by the
payee.
Drawee.
No, payee.
By the payee, by the payee. Yeah, it could be a drawee. We call them drawee or payee.
Yeah. But what do you say about check not credit is like the amount you didn't present.
You receive a check from your customers.
Yes.
And the bank has not credited you. You can also receive checks from your credit customers.
Yes, yes.
But maybe the check has to go to clearing. I told you. Maybe through clearing.
Yes.
Because the check has to go through clearing. You've not yet received the value for that amount.
Oh, yeah.
You issue check to your suppliers.
But then,
your customers will pay you check too.
Yes.
So as soon as your customer pays you a check, you present it to the bank. If the bank has not credited you yet, it will not reflect in the bank statement as at that time.
Yes.
Clear, right?
Yes.
Now, see, they said complete the following table by placing a tick in the correct column to indicate whether each item would be used to update a cash book or would appear in the bank reconciliation statement. Unpresented check will be used to update the cash book.
To update the cash book?
Yes. Dishonored check.
Updating cash book.
Yes, to be used to update the cash.
So,
yeah. Bank charges
Updating cash.
Updating cash book, yes.
Yes. Direct debit.
Direct debit paid for electricity,
Bank utilization system.
for bank reconciliation.
Reconciliation
Yeah. Credit transfer,
from the credit transfer.
bank reconciliation.
Yes.
Cash sales not yet credited,
Updating
bank
cash book.
reconciliation. Bank reconciliation not yet credited,
Updated credit, yeah.
bank reconciliation. Bank error,
Updating cash book.
yeah. Check from Adil dishonored, updating cash book.
Cash book.
Clear, right?
Yes.
This one needs to work out. It's going to take our time. So you do that later, okay?
Yes.
So that was the end of bank statement.